off. I'm not talking about James. I'm not talking about John here. I'm talking about somebody listening to me today.
This one.
Until you identify, until you research, until you understand the material, the fiber of the spirit that you are of, you have to know the spirit that you operate under. What is that spirit? It has to be named. It has to be known. What sort of a spirit are you of? The saying is that there are different types of spirits. And each spirit has its own manner. And what you don't know, you guys, is the spirit that you operate under, yet you are ready to operate.
Oh, hello there. Welcome to the Watchers Plug. Thank you for joining us today as we delve deep into the things of God. Now, today we're going to be watching as Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa was speaking on the importance of understanding the anointing and the gift of your spiritual mentor. As he touches on a lot of things, and later on we're going to be watching him as he teaches on the different manifestations of the Spirit of the Lord. In as much as it is one spirit, it has different manifestations, and it is crucial for you to understand your spiritual mentor when it comes to how they operate and conduct things when it comes to the spirit. Now let's watch as Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa teaches, and we'll be back with more.
Isn't there a better way of identifying the wrong tree not by its fruit, even before the fruit comes out?
Wow.
You have to study spirits.
Wow.
I want my people to follow me. If you are one of those people that really follow. Jesus, he was about to minister to people in Jerusalem. Now, in Luke chapter number 9, you'll notice that on his way to Jerusalem, I want people to follow me today. Please just promise that you're going to follow.
We're going to follow.
Whether this is going to be short or long, just follow. Let's move together. Viewers, let's move together. Jesus, on his way to Jerusalem, he needed to pass through Samaria. And then he had to first of all send his disciples to prepare his way for him.
Yes, Father.
In Samaria.
Yes, Father.
Now, and they did everything within their capacity to prepare the people's hearts for the arrival of the Messiah, the coming of Jesus.
Yes, Father.
Now, in Luke chapter number 9, you'll notice that on his way to Jerusalem, I want people to follow me today. Please just promise that you're going to follow.
We're going to follow.
Whether this is going to be short or long, just follow. Let's move together. Viewers, let's move together. Jesus, on his way to Jerusalem, he needed to pass through Samaria. And then he had to first of all send his disciples to prepare his way for him.
Yes, Father.
In Samaria.
Yes, Father.
Now, and they did everything within their capacity to prepare the people's hearts for the arrival of the Messiah, the coming of Jesus.
Yes, Lord.
And when people descend, they sense that Jesus' intention was never to come here, but he's only passing through Samaria, going to Jerusalem. And they resisted him on that basis. They needed him to come to Samaria, not for him to pass through Samaria. They wanted him to make them their target and their destination. And they realized that he wasn't coming here to stay. He is on his way to people that maybe he considers to be more important than us. And then on that basis, they refused, they resisted him in Samaria. And then James and John then came to Jesus and said, shall we call down fire from heaven and have these people consumed? The same way that Elijah called down fire from heaven. And verse number 55.
But he turned.
Jesus then turned
and rebuked.
He rebuked James and John.
And said,
He said,
ye know not
you have no understanding
what manner of spirit
you are.
ye are of.
Hey.
So we are getting into the style now. He rebuked them and he said, you do not have an understanding of the manner of a spirit that you are of. You don't know the manner. So what Jesus is saying is that there are different types of spirits. And each spirit has its own manner. And what you don't know, you guys, is the spirit that you operate under, yet you are ready to operate. The spirit that you are under has a different style. Yet what they wanted to do was according to the spirit which Elijah operated under. And that idea of wanting to inherit and operate under that spirit of Elijah, he rebuked them for that. Not because that spirit was not the spirit of God, the spirit of Elijah. It's not because it was not the spirit of God. It's a different kind of a spirit which had its own manner. So he's saying, what you need to identify, you guys, before you begin to function, know the spirit that you are under, the spirit that you are of. I'm not talking about James, I'm not talking about John here, I'm talking about somebody listening to me today.
This one.
Until you identify, until you research, until you understand the material, the fiber of the spirit that you are of. You have to know the spirit that you operate under. What is that spirit? It has to be named. It has to be known. What sort of a spirit are you of? You see, when Paul was teaching in 1 Corinthians chapter number 12, he said something in verse number 4.
Verse 4.
That there are diversities
Of
gifts. But
the same spirit.
the same
Spirit.
Follow this. So we have the same spirit, but different manifestations. Jesus is saying to his disciples, I did not come to destroy lives, but I have come to save lives. And he's letting them know that you are not under Elijah, you are under a man who is here to save lives. So it is me, the spirit, that you have failed to study. The spirit which you are under doesn't require that you call down fire from heaven. It's a saving spirit. It is not a destructive spirit. Different manifestations, yet it is the same spirit. The same Holy Spirit in Elijah would allow him to operate in that style, calling down fire, destroying lives, and then the same spirit comes with a different manifestation. Different manifestations, but the same spirit. Same spirit.
Wow, what a revelation. If you are still watching, be sure to give us a comment in the comment section.
So I needed to understand the spirit that I'm under and how he prefers manifesting through me. So I had to come up with my own style, which is according to the spirit. I want people to hear this. I was working on a very small project, and the people who were working on that project, one of them made a very serious mistake. Took out his phone, then he took some pictures of that little project that I was doing. And then he went on to post those pictures. Having been told that you don't do that here, because to me, that's against my style. I said I'm going to be addressing issues here.
Yes, following
in a different way.
Yes,
okay, right. Just so that people can get to learn and to understand. You can't operate, you can't function under me well, and then make me happy unless you have known my style.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Knowing the style of the mentor,
we didn't want to get into the prophetic to locate the person who was behind those pictures, because the instruction was given to everyone. Whilst he was doing that, because there were other people present in that picture, looking at the camera, knowing exactly what this guy was doing was against the style. Something as simple as that. Everyone got dismissed. They had to go. It doesn't matter what they were doing. It doesn't matter their expertise, but because they had violated a certain style. It's against what we do. The spirit in the man behind the project requires that you don't do that. It may be something very, very small according to you, because I am not according to your spirit. My style is different. They lost their job because to me it's a serious matter. The spirit that I operate under can be offended with something that makes you happy. I'm in a certain country, which I don't have to mention here. And then a man of God had come to see me. He needed something. Then I gave him an opportunity to come. I'm still relaxed, resting in the bedroom, and then I'm told he's here. I said, okay, I'll come and see him very soon. So whilst the man of God was still waiting for me to come and have a meeting with him, he started moving around the property, got into the garage. Can you imagine that the car in the garage was not locked? Then he sat in the car, started taking pictures, and then straight away, he's posting them on Facebook. Even telling people that I'm getting ready to meet the man of God, and then he puts my name there. This is before I even came out to meet him. Look at what he has done already. He's already on Facebook. I'm not blaming him for that. He has a different spirit. And his spirit likes that style, but not me. That was the last time that I ever met that man. And that mistake was so devastating. It wasn't something that I would expect him to recover from. To him, it is a small thing, but to me, how can you do that? How can you do that? You have never seen me operate like that. And you desire my attention so much, and then you bring in your own style. I'm teaching some people here why you lose opportunities in your life because you don't want to go by other people's style. Meeting with great men, that's according to me. I've met great people who have asked for photos. Can I have a picture with you? I would say, that's okay. We can have it. But I'm not in the habit of asking people, can I have a photo with you? Can I have a photo with you? Can I have it? That's not according to my spirit. My spirit has a different style. I don't know if if I'm really being practical here.
Absolutely clear and practical. Thank you.
Certain people, I remember last time I was seeing my wife off, walked into the airport. As I was coming out, a certain gentleman came. He was wearing, I can't say he was wearing anything, because what he was putting on, you wouldn't expect to meet such a man at the airport. Everything here was outside. You know those vests with just like a string here, and the man was just huge. And then the stomach was all over the place. And he grabbed me, he said, can I have a photo with you? And I couldn't imagine. I said, what kind of a photo? Can't you just look at yourself? My God. You know, you meet people with different styles.
Yes.
But you have to identify your style. But with a different man of God, had you not taken the picture of the property, if I was a different man of God, I would fire you for not taking that picture. Different style. Pastors, I want you to follow me on this one.
You following, Father.
You have to know, with one man of God, you get fired for doing what he perceives to be wrong. And then with a different man of God, you can be fired for not doing that. You have to understand, I'm not against showing people what you have. I'm not against that. I'm not against that. This is what I'm against. You have to follow me now. This is what I'm against. I prefer a situation whereby you show me what you have acquired, and then you have to go on to teach me. Show me how you got it. The how part to me is very important.
Yes, Father.
That's just me.
Yes, Father.
You can't be quiet about everything that you have and still expect attention from people. How are people going to emulate you? How are people going to understudy you? How are people going to be inspired by you unless they have seen what you have? You have to strike the balance. Okay?
Yes.
Giving it out to people as a way of testifying and showing them what the Lord has done for you. But the teaching must not end there. Okay?
Yes, Father.
You have motivated me. Now I also want to buy what you have bought. Take me further than what you have bought. Talk to me about how do I get the money? How have you gotten your money?
So that I can also learn.
I can learn.
Yes.
You have studied the process. You have volunteered not just information but pictures. Now there must be accompanying information. Have you ever heard that where somebody sends you a video and then you watch something terrible happening and then there's no description below?
Of the events, yes.
Yeah, you begin to wonder, so what is happening here? Where is this?
Yes.
That's exactly what most people do. Attach information to whatever it is that you want me to see as a way of testifying what you have done, what you have achieved, and then teach me on how I can also attain the same result.